so let's can wrap it up. There we go. Hi
Yeah.
again. Yo,
Yes.
I was like praying, save, and it did save the video. I was so happy. Oh, I'm so happy.
Oh yeah. At least I'm here doing good things for you.
I'm telling you, he's a great friend. I tell
Yeah.
you. Okay, so even though we don't have a lot of you, actually, you're the only people on this IG now. Let's
That's
just
fine.
wrap it up so that then we can close it off there. So we were
Yeah.
discussing how the boy-girl friendship affects the partners in a
Yeah.
relationship.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you
And as I
start.
said, no, 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 no.
No, guys,
Please
this one is a tough
start.
one.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna speak from a girl's perspective and my experience, and then when I speak from a guy's perspective. Okay,
Okay.
so I'm gonna talk about you. Let's I'll discuss you in this. Yeah, because you're the only guy
I'm
that's
feeling.
actually been. No, I
Yeah.
would say you're the only guy who's actually been like that close of a friend in my world. Yeah, well, since high school, I had
Yeah.
a guy who was a really good friend of mine in high school, but growing up in varsity, you're the only person. So me and a guy is no Sibonga, we met first year, ne? And we became
Your
friends.
wait. Your first year, not mine.
Oh, okay. We met when I was doing my first year.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
I was doing my first year. Um, how we met is a story for another day. But
Um, could you please rewrite the question so that people know what actually you're answering?
okay, let me just type it
Yeah,
out.
it'll be easier.
The girl of sheesh, what am I writing? And wake of friendships affect the relationships with partners. Okay. Okay, so I wrote how does wake of affect the relationships with
Yeah.
basically the partners, name? So that's the question. Okay, so from my
Could you pin it?
experience,
Pin it.
ah, pin
You should
it.
be able. Yeah, you should be able to pin the question.
How do you do that?
I don't think I can on my side. It's fine.
That?
It's
How
fine.
do you? Yeah, because I'm so confused about what she's saying right now. But
It's
anyways,
fine.
okay. So basically, from my experience, it all boils down to your partner understanding you as a person. Ne?
Mm,
For me, I have had male friends from like back as like from like primary school. Yeah, born. I have
yeah.
had male friends, so I grew up knowing okay, fine. You're gonna have friends who are female, and you're gonna have friends who are male, and you're basically gonna love them both, and you're basically gonna we are born. So when I'm in a relationship, and then you're telling me, Uguti, I should let go of my male friends just so I can keep you in a relationship. That's it's like an iffy part because it's almost like you're telling me to let go of a part of who I am just so I can please you. Yeah, bro. I'm not saying
Yeah.
Uguti, so I'm not against making sacrifices for your partner or making sacrifices for your friends, but I feel that as an individual, I need to learn to accept you for who you are with all your baggage. Yeah, bro. And then you need to learn to accept me for who I am with all my baggage. And then we can then sit down and see what can we sacrifice and what can't we sacrifice. I can't, I mean, I honestly speaking, I can't sacrifice my girlfriends in my life, guys. I
You can't
can't.
sacrifice
Cause
me.
no,
Oh, that's
I
sweet.
can't.
Yeah.
I can't because it's part of who I am as a person. You know, they complete the puzzle, my friendship puzzle, if I may say. They complete the puzzle. So if I take the piece
Yeah.
out, who's going to fill in that space? Because I feel like the one thing that like partners don't get sometimes, Uti, they can't be your friend. We are born. They can try to be, but it will never be the same. They will never be able to replace your friends. And I think you remember with at some point I kept saying I was so distant that I was trying so hard to let go, but it wasn't happening, guys. It wasn't
Yeah,
happening.
I know.
So
I
my thing
remember.
is yes. So my opinion is learn to accept your partner for who they really are and learn to understand them for themselves and more for who they are so that
Yeah.
nayo can understand winner for who you are. I think I don't know if I'm making sense.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, you're making sense. I also
Mm,
think just to add on that,
mm.
it could go two ways, right? It could be firstly valuing the yes, yeah. I wanted to say it also goes with you putting a value in that friendship that you have, right?
Mm.
So genuinely speaking, um, I think relationships tend to take more of your time, effort compared to friendships. So as you said, at the end of the day, we are going to have to make sacrifices,
Yes.
especially at the age we're in. We're growing up, and most people are not getting in relationships just for fun. The aim is to get married at the end of the day, right?
Yes.
So if your partner is not comfortable with someone, it's important for you to take that, consider why they are not comfortable with that person, and then try to work with that. Because now
Yes.
there should be a reason why they're not comfortable. If it's out of their own insecurities, okay, well then that's a different story. If it's just
Yeah.
because they're insecure about you being around girls, you being around guys, that's a different story. But if there's genuine concerns as to why they're bringing that up, so maybe for instance, they feel that you spend more time with that friend than
Yes.
themselves, or whenever that friend comes around, they take priorities. If the concerns are genuine and they're serious, then as a friend, I'd advise you to actually listen and think about that. And it could be that you might have to let go of the friendship if ukuthi
Mm.
ngempela the content are genuine and they actually something that you could see. One of the things that we do
But I
though,
think
however, yeah,
just to today, I think then you would have to see which one is worth more.
yeah,
Because at the same time it's I always feel like it's pointless to let go of a friendship just because of a guy who's probably going to be in your life for the next year and then they decide to go see another girl and then what's going to happen to you. Yeah,
yeah,
so I think it's what you're saying as we are growing up we like more our relationships they're getting more serious so obviously then you would look at the
mm,
you would weigh your
yeah.
options then yeah, you would hopefully make the right decision.
Yeah, so I wouldn't let go of my friends for a person whom we're just having fun with or whom we
Exactly.
just vibing as you'd call it. But if
Mm.
I'm in a relationship, committed, serious relationship, and I have intentions of where I'm going with that person, and then she sits me down, obviously, Nakona, I think it's important as to how they present that, right? If they come
Yes.
to you and sit you down and say, hey, dude, listen, there is this friend of yours, Ganji, 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 Ganji. It should be serious, go in. You should take it seriously because they set you down and appealed
Mhm.
to your logic and your common sense. But if they came to you and be like, hey, yes, I don't like that friend of yours, blah, 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 obviously I wouldn't take that serious because I would just think it's you being a girl. And then you're just saying that maybe because, yeah, but if my partner were to come to me and say, hey, listen, I want us to talk about something. Then we sit down.
Mm-hmm.
And then she says, I have a problem with so and so. And then they put all the reasons. Even if that's the closest friend I have, I might still keep the friend, but I would definitely consider what they're saying. Because firstly, it shows how serious that thing affects them. And actually the respect to just sit me
That
down
you have,
and make
yes, that you have. And
exactly,
also, I think that's the also it also will show the respect that you have for your partner and their
exactly,
opinion. Yes.
exactly. Yeah, which I think one of the main problems with that is we are so defensive when it comes to our friends. Everybody is defensive when it comes to their friends.
You
Girls would
are.
defend
But
their
I think, but I
mm,
think what I did was a bit better because I tried it out. Yeah, Bo.
mm,
I took it in, I tried it out, and I figured out that it wasn't working. So we had to go back to the drawing board and try to find another solution again. Yeah, Bo.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think it's also that what you're saying is you should take them seriously because their opinion matters and basically their feelings as well. They matter as your partner.
yeah. So this is how I would answer the question that Lilita put. Um,
Mm,
if my partner were to come and tell me that she's a problem with you,
mm,
right? Mhlampe, let's say she sat me down and told me about it. Okay, I'll talk to her. Number two, I'll come to you and I'll tell you, hey, my partner brought this one, two, and three. Your response should give me everything that I need. If you say, low one, two, and three, the fact that you're not respecting my relationship with my partner, it should make me question our friendship. But if you are saying,
yes.
oh, yeah, okay, dude, what do you think of doing? What do you think is the problem? How can we resolve that? That shows me that you're a person who's willing to stay in that friendship, and I need to fight a little bit harder for you. But if
Yeah.
all you do is just criticize the partner, then
Mm,
definitely I, as a person, as a guy in between, I should be able to say with, yeah, if I keep you around, it's
weigh
gonna
your
be
options.
problem. Yeah, I've been there
Yeah.
a couple of times.
True. True.
Yeah,
Um. So I think we've covered everything. Everything.
I think so.
This is. Yeah, I don't think we can do our friendship journey some other time because I was looking at the
Yeah,
IG and it's like 45 minutes already. So that's
really.
pretty long.
Yeah,
But thank you so much, friend, for coming through for me. And yeah, much appreciated, dude.
anytime,
Thank you,
anytime.
thank you. So that's it
Bye.
for now. Thank you. Bye.